Lesson 17 talks about ratios, rates, and unit rates. Again, similar to yesterday's lesson, we're going to use it to solve. Now, in yesterday's lesson, we talked about nice, even unit rates. Rates like 30 miles per hour, 20 meters per second, 60 pages per hour, things like that that worked out nice and evenly. But we know in real life, things do not always work out nice and evenly. So we're going to talk about this example about Joe and his unit rate. Joe can swim at a constant speed of 5 meters in 3 seconds. What is the ratio of meters to the number of seconds? Well, that would be 5 to 3. This means that his unit rate is 5/3 meters per second. And it's meters per second because first comes meters, second comes seconds. It'd be meters per second. And if we reduce this a little bit, because 5/3 doesn't make a whole lot of sense in context, 3 goes into 5 once, and you have 2 left over out of 3. So you get 1 2/3 meters per second. You would actually write this not MPS. It'd be meters over seconds. It looks a little confusing with a fraction, but it's a fraction, and fractions happen in real life. So I'm going to go with 5/3 meters per second. Now we have 2 other problems here. Okay, to qualify for a swim meet, Joe must be able to swim a 100-meter race in 55 seconds. So we know that he can travel 5 meters in 3 seconds, and he stays at a constant rate. So that means his rate's not going to change. This fraction's not going to change. But we know that we can write equivalent fractions to this. So I want to know, can Joe go 100 meters in 55 seconds? This is my goal. Can he go that fast? Now, we need to figure out how fast Joe is going to go. And what we can do is we can use equivalent fractions. So I made a fraction out of his rate, and I know that 5 times 20 is 100. And because 5 times 20 is 100, then since we have the same ratio no matter what, whatever's on the bottom of this ratio has to be multiplied by 20 as well. So that means for Joe, it's going to take him 60 seconds because 3 times 20 is 60. It's going to take him 16 seconds to swim 100 meters. And if you notice, our goal is 55 seconds for 100 meters. So he's a little bit too slow. He's not quite going to make his goal. In a similar fashion, we can solve part C. I'm going to finish answering. No, he cannot go fast enough. He's going to take 60 seconds. Joe is Joe is also trying to qualify for the same meet, but he would like to swim the 200-meter event. To qualify, he would have to complete the race in 130 seconds. So this is our goal, 200 meters in 130 seconds. So let's figure out how long it would take him. So 5 times 4 is 20. So 5 times 40 is 200. And 3 times 40 is 120 seconds. Now this time he has to be able to do it in 130, and he can actually do it in 120. So this time he absolutely qualifies because he can go quicker.